hell is anything keeping you here? Oh, wait. You have a son, Ethan. Here's an idea. You can take a number. Because you sure as hell won't be any more of a father to him than you were to me.
How can you be Luke's son and be so totally wrong about him?
You know, I can't quite figure you out, Lulu. When we first met, your immediate instinct was to think the worst of me.
Well, I mean, can you blame me? You don't exactly make the best first impressions.
All right, I admit. When I came to town, I meant to run a few cons and pick a pocket or two.
Mm-hmm.
But I never intended to cause any permanent damage, you know, and that's just what I've done. You know, you found out your dear father cheated on your mother, and I am the consequence of that. I don't know how you can be okay with it. I'm not even sure I am.
When you told me that it would devastate your family if Luke and I had been together and conceived a child, I took what you said to heart. I totally changed track. And I told the lie that Robert was Ethan's father, even though it turns out now he was on the other side of the world at the time.
And I was supposed to be what? Impressed? One more lie to you, Holly?
Hey, cowboy, you know...
Don't call me that.
Okay. That's good. You put your anger here where it belongs. Don't take it out on Miss Sutton or Ethan.
Oh, because you gotta protect him, right? Is that what it is?
Okay. Here's the truth, whether you want to accept it or not. Your father and I have a long history that goes way back before you were born. And we came together again under extreme circumstances. But I'm not going to say I'm sorry for that. Because we made Ethan an extraordinary young man that I am proud to call my son. I would have run away with your father then happily if he'd have asked. But he didn't. Because he had a family. Because you and Laura were his priority. Are you going to judge him for one mistake?
I've been plenty of mistakes, believe me.
Oh, and you've never made any? It must be nice up there on that high moral perch of yours, looking down your nose at a wonderful, unique man who hasn't lived up to your expectations as a father. Well, what father has? Mine hasn't. His certainly hasn't. You know, are you so error-free that you can throw stones at anyone? You have to stop being so bloody self-righteous and start being grateful that you have, flawed and human as he is, a father that loves you. I recognized a kindred spirit the moment our eyes met.
Me too, English.
Kindred spirits. I'm really touched.
How much do you know about my history with your father? I mean, do you know that I was pregnant by him before, a long time ago? But I didn't get the chance to tell him because I was told that he'd been killed in an avalanche. And then I had to marry his best friend, Robert, because I was about to be deported. And then I miscarried that baby. And I had to have our second child adopted.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for you.
That time in Singapore could have been a chance, our chance, finally, for us to be together. But your father chose not to take it. He walked away from me because he loved you and because he loved his family. Why doesn't he get any credit with you for that?
Lucky, I know that this is a lot to take in. It's complicated and everyone involved is overwhelmed. But Ethan is a fact and there's no wishing him away.
Well, this is me. Pass, Karen.
That was a spirited defense, darling. Much appreciated, though ultimately wasted.
Well, you never know, some of it might get through. I don't understand how a boy you raised can end up being a man that knows you so little.
No, it's a long, grisly story. Lucky's been disappointed in me for a long time now. It seems to be getting worse. I'm hoping our little bundle of joy likes me better.
He already does. I have no doubt that the two of you will always get on like a house on fire. And you know, you have the same generosity that lets you make allowances for other people's weaknesses.
Weaknesses are what make people unique. I'm far more interested in flaws than perfection.
But you know, our son hates me, and I don't blame him.
I'm willing to work on that. Very wise little Oriki just suggested that I suspend my judgments long enough to express my gratitude. You did more than just give me away. You carried me, you gave me life, and then put me with the best family possible. And then years later, you sought me out and sent me to meet my father. So, thank you.
We made one hell of a kid there, didn't we, Miss Sutton?
Yes, we did.
And now, you're leaving, aren't you?
Wait, now?